In this energy reading and healing, we are going to be focusing on avoidance and the discomfort, tension, discontent, unease that comes from ignoring, delaying, not deciding something in our life. Now, we may not always be aware that we're in avoidance, but very often we've got a sense the discomfort, the worry, the sort of stress, the feeling of shame, not wanting to hurt other people, let people down, that sort of relational um, dynamic, the tension that exists there. We're often quite aware that that's happening, but maybe we're not necessarily pinpointing that it is avoidance that is running this, that our lack of decision, that our delay, that our ignoring of something, or the ostrich moment, putting your head in the sand and hoping it will all go away, is you know we're aware of we're aware very often when we're doing that. So that's what we're going to focus on in this session. Hello, my name is Rebel Black, and I am a human agronomist and metaphysical muse gifted with the art of guiding people to experience their deepest desires, to move through their pain, and live as their most enlivened, energetic expression. In this session, I shall be guiding you through a protocol called forensic healing, with the pure intention for you to experience energetic alignment and healing as a result of this experience. Of course, healing can only occur when all parties involved in the healing space take full responsibility for their own well-being, and when they also believe that healing can occur. I want you to know that I have full faith that whatever it is that you are listening to this to resolve, heal, or clear can be achieved, and whatever messages, memories, or insights you gain today, you are ready to receive, and it will be in your highest good to heal and activate. I want you to know that you are safe in this healing. So please make sure you are in a place where you feel safe. Forensic healing does not promote the functions of medical diagnosis or prescribed medication. So please consider what is explored in this session as general in nature and seek further medical support from a qualified physician should you feel the need to. I like to describe forensic healing as a tool that helps identify, make sense of, and get to the root cause of any patterns that have played a big role in our life but are now limiting us, and to heal that pattern once and for all. Most healing is symptom focused, but forensic healing gets to the truth and heals forward and backwards in our lineage, allowing us to be free and for us to experience life in new ways. It is particularly useful for healing the root cause of any symptoms you might be experiencing in your life, including in relationships, career, finances, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, and in your life in general. As I work through this healing protocol, I shall be using a number of different scan lists to identify the key aspects of the case. You may hear me counting numbers, or there may be periods of silence. What I'm doing in those moments is using muscle testing to tune into the correct information on the scan list as it relates to your case in particular. The information I share as we move through the protocol may trigger particular memories for you. Trust that these memories are clues to the pattern and are often your first or one of your first experiences of the pattern in your life. And I want you to know that if something is triggered for you and you feel deeply or strongly as a result, you won't experience the feeling for long if you really allow yourself the time and space to feel the feelings that come up and continue to move through with the healing. This protocol works really effectively and quickly. And I want you to remember you can pause this recording at any time and take notes, express the emotion, move your body, but I do recommend that you listen to the whole session in one sitting. It is now time to set your intention for this healing. What is it that you are here to be guided on? Is there something that is causing you distress or discomfort that you want to explore or shift? Is there a bigger intention you are looking for, or are simply trusting you will be guided? Please note this down somewhere so you can refer to it at the end. Our relationship to our body is really important in healing, as it provides messages, and we use it as a way to identify whether our healing work is having an effect. So, for your reference, please note down the answers to the next few questions, as we will refer to them at the end of the healing. So, can I ask that you please now tune into your body and scan with your mind's eye to see if there are any areas of discomfort or disharmony. Identify where the sensation is and give the sensation a rating out of 10, 0 being barely noticeable and 10 being incredibly sensational. I'm now going to invite you to get to know this sensation a bit better. Please just trust that the first thing that comes to mind is the right thing, even if it seems odd. When you tune into the sensation, what shape is it? Does it have color? What color is it? Is it moving or static? And what feeling or emotion does it tell you it is? Now we are ready to heal. I've already opened the healing case, so we will move straight into the forensic healing protocols. So please make sure that you're comfortable, in a place you won't be disturbed, and perhaps you have some water and tissues nearby. Enjoy. So we're going to dive right in. And the first thing that tests up in this energy reading and healing on avoidance is the archetype of the disconnected. And this is the sort of expression of that is alone, different, feeling different, being withdrawing from people, which really lines up very clearly with avoidance, which is sort of doing all of those things very often. Um, it tested up as around relationships and vulnerability in the negative life patterns. So this is likely to be a pattern that's been showing up mostly in relationships, and that makes sense. We very often avoid conversations, situations that will particularly cause maybe discomfort for ourselves or others. And we also avoid vulnerability. If you're interested in exploring the work of vulnerability and what it is, I highly recommend Brene Brown's work. But vulnerability is something we avoid as well, and particularly in relationships, for all the reasons. We want to protect ourselves, keep ourselves safe. So the emotion that came through was restricted. So feeling restricted. I could really sense a lot of tension in my body. Avoidance is often a small feeling, like, joy and happiness, large feelings, where you're feeling expansive. Avoidance, and the discomfort that comes with it, with ignoring things and delaying and not making decisions, is often a contraction. So restricted feeling makes sense. Free is the opposite. So freedom, or feeling free, is the opposite of restricted, which is what we're actually wanting to recode ourselves for. It came through as the negative belief system around the future. And so this is really related to what will happen in the future in the context of relationships where there's going to be a need for vulnerability, and the protection of our future is often the reason why we will avoid decisions or we won't take action, and that causes us worry or stress. We're trying to control the outcome of the future. And so maybe we just avoid certain things. The next layers that came through were really interesting. And what came through very clearly is that avoidance is a waste of energy, that it creates limitations. And where we feel like it gives us back control, it actually is doing the opposite. It is hampering our capacity for safety and security. And it's also interrupting or damaging our self-identity. The flip side of that is that we actually might avoid things because we're trying to protect our self-identity, because we're vulnerable in that place. And so it's really that egoic back and forth that keeps us trapped in this indecision or avoidance, the delay, ignoring of certain things. It came through in the solar plexus, and I could certainly sense an activation in that area in my physical body, and contraction. It was definitely a contractive, restricted feeling. And so the invitation of this energy reading and healing is firstly to heal whatever impact has happened at age 12. That was the age that came through at age 12. Now, you may have a story or an example that will come through into your mind. You may not. Either is both perfect. But it's really this calling to get vulnerable, to surrender any attachment that you have to self-identity, and the identity and in the vulnerability that sits within that identity in the context of relationships, and to just go all in. And that's not, with a power over, or, to the detriment of other people. This is just saying there is something really limiting you and holding you back right now, within the confines of your current identity, that is going to require you to be incredibly vulnerable and embrace that for your unlimited future. That is a very powerful statement. And if you are ready to heal that, then you are in the right place. So the next layer of information that came through was the teenage youth, both sort of tested up, which makes sense for around that age 12. There was a social environment, there was an emotional abuse. It came through as a result of revenge, which I don't always see as like one person. Sometimes revenge can just be the the reaction or the fallout from a situation, that is like, I'm going to reclaim this, I'm going to get this back. And so it's, yeah, like the definition of revenge is not personal in this context, but it is like a reclamation. And if we've been wasting our energy in avoidance and delay and not making decisions, then I would say that the revenge is, that energetic reclamation. It's like, I've got to reclaim my energy. I've got to get this energy back. And it's through the emotions that is going to happen. So the next layer that came through was this idea of internal gaslighting. So it's like you're gaslighting yourself in the context of this this feeling of what you're avoiding is actually disconnecting you even further from people, but actually you're kind of doing it to yourself with this idea of gaslighting, and it creates doubt of your own sanity, your own capacity, and of your own brilliance, of your own integrity. So there's this loop inside you that's continuing to gaslight yourself in these contexts, which is why you avoid. So it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. What it says is you have nothing to be thankful for. So that's the negative loop. You've nothing to be thankful for. Look how shit everything is. Look how it's all going south. Look how disconnected you are. Look how alone you are. Your future's ruined. You're you're losing all this energy. It's such a waste. You can't change because this is the path you chose. And so it's this gaslighting, constant gaslighting of look how little you've got to be thankful for, and it turns your attention to what's not working and what you can't be appreciative of. And what we want to do is heal that, and then we'll open ourselves up to reconnect, to appreciation, to gratitude, to our vulnerability, to the value that our vulnerability has, to our new identity, or to our non-attachment to identity, so that we can be fluid and flow with ease with whatever relational situation we're being presented with. So, are you ready to heal this? If you are ready to heal this, then I would really encourage you to cry out loud, scream out loud, proclaim out loud with authority and command, I am ready to heal this, and we will move to the healing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to heal is this internal gaslighting that's going on, the doubt that's being created in you. And you're going to repeat some statements after me, and you're going to say your name where I say mine, and you're going to say these words with conviction. Hands on your solar plexus if it feels good. That's our energy center that we're wanting to activate right now. Or if there's a part of your body that's really activated, maybe just put some attention, breath, hands, physical touch into that space as you move through this healing. Okay, we shall commence. I rebel, cancel, void, and reject the parasitic, demonic entity causing the effect of internal gaslighting and doubting my sanity and decision making. I rebel, reject and refuse the lies the parasitic entity voices tell me that I have nothing to be thankful for. I acknowledge the lies and deception of this parasitic entity and reclaim control over my mind, thoughts, sovereignty, birthright, and divinity. I reclaim the truth that I have plenty to be thankful for, that I am a confident decision maker, that I embrace my vulnerability, and I am mindful of my energy. I am aware of myself. I have much to be grateful for. I close all harmful portholes, gateways and grid systems, stargates and access routes to my energy field. And I refuse any demonic or parasitic entity access to my mind, body, and soul. I choose to live as a sovereign, powerful, divine being and only accept information and connection from the pure, organic source energy. I choose to live in oneness with humanity from this point forward. I am blessed and I am free. Big deep breaths in, and we're going to shake it out. Get it shaked out of your body. Whew, and your head. Really shake this out of your head and your solar plexus. Try and get those rib cage moving. If you've got to use your hands to shift the energy, really give it a nice rub, a shake up and down. Get that energy flowing. Use your hands on your head if you need to activate the scalp. Let those thoughts release. Yes, keep going, keep going. You're going to have to get vulnerable here. Feel silly. Move the body. Whew, release, release. Well done, well done. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a soul reconnection. And actually, it's going to be the loss of love that we're going to heal. That's interesting. So, the loss of love at age 12. So you're just going to repeat a statement after me, and then you'll listen to my words, and then we'll come back to a statement that you'll repeat at the end as we close that healing out. I rebel, choose to safely release the source of my soul disconnection, relating to the loss of love in my DNA at age 12. Relax and accept that all is as it should be. Return to the time when your soul disconnection occurred. Now I want you to see yourself standing with white light surrounding you. Allow the trauma and the stress of this loss of love in the context of your relationships, feeling disconnected, feeling alone, feeling very, very different, feeling like you need to withdraw from people, like you're energetically drained, and that your sense of safety and security and of who you are is being taken away from you. I want you to allow all of this stress and trauma and worry and hurt and shame and discomfort and tension to leave you. Send love to yourself. Bring your hands to your heart and send love to yourself. Big deep breath in and out through the heart. And again. Channeling energy in through the heart center. One more big deep breath in and out, releasing all as you go. Now open your hands for the return of the soul fragments you lost. I now call upon the shamanic healers and their ancestors to assist with the return of the missing soul fragments to you that occurred at age 12. Imagine seeing and feeling your soul fragments return to you and white healing light purify and wash over your entire body. See and feel this healing energy flow through every cell. Connect with the feeling of inner peace and love for yourself. Bring your hands back to your heart. One on your heart and one on your solar plexus, which is just on the rib cage above the belly. Repeat after me using your name where I say mine. I, Rebel, choose to give thanks and accept the reconnection of my soul fragments. I choose to reconnect with Universal Source and allow my divine essence to expand and flourish. It is my gift to be and live in my power. Big deep breaths in and out. I request healing sound frequencies to reconnect and realign your DNA, your RNA, chromosomes, wormholes, nucleotides, hypercommunication. I request the purification and cleansing process of white and gold, pure organic light, dissolve all negative energies and attachments from you, from myself, from the rooms we occupy, from the buildings we're in, from our surrounding areas, and anything or anyone affected by this healing. I request closure and disabling of harmful portals, gateways, channels, stargates, NAA firewalls, and access routes to other dimensions and realities, controlling, interfering, or siphoning your soul and energy life force. I confirm the etheric, astral, mental, and causal light bodies are cleansed and strengthened, and all Sephirotic healing forces are activated and connected to the organic, pure, white light source for the opening of the crystal rose heart and activation of your diamond sun body. I confirm and invoke the Christ consciousness light and request the guardians and angels to pour blessings upon you for all the things you require to obtain soul freedom and sovereignty. I ask that they guide and protect you and lead you on a path of empowerment to assist with the evolution of your soul and humanity. I ask that healing may continue throughout this time and that you may always know you are of divine, infinite worth and you hold the power and the choice for your transformation. I confirm these requests have taken place and this healing is complete. As you re-enter the full experience of your body and surroundings, Please just tune back into your body and particularly into the sensation you identified at the beginning of the healing. What's the rating now? Has it shifted? What is the shape and color? And what feeling is attributed now? If you think about the issue that you came in to heal, what's your experience of it? Whatever it is, that is perfect. It may be similar or the same or completely different. Perhaps the sensation is gone altogether. Just know that the healing is complete. Sometimes it takes a little while for our person to catch up with the healing that's already been done. So please be kind to yourself always, but particularly so over the next 48 hours or so. Drink plenty of water, ground yourself by eating nourishing foods, whole grains and vegetables, and move your body to support any further shifting that wants to be had. Our energetics can shift quickly, but sometimes our body and our behavior takes a bit to catch up. So please just pay attention to that and reach out into the Wild Women group if you require any support to enhance your integration. Remember, you are love and you are a powerful co-creator in your life, and you are here to be enlivened and to have fun. May you bloom where you are. May your bower be blessed. And may you always know your wild worth.